The Xiaomi 13T and the Mi 11 Ultra are already compared in daytime photography, but today we're gonna look at how the difference is in terms of low light photography. Of course, there's quite a bit of time between these two releases, where of course the Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra is an old flagship, where the 13T is a new mid-range, kind of higher mid-range section. So let's look at the differences between the two in terms of low light photography and one video to showcase that difference as well. Anyway, let's jump into the video. Now before we start showcasing results, let's quickly look at the specifications and how well the Mi 11 Ultra holds up in terms of hardware. We get a 50 megapixel main sensor with a 2.0 f-stop and a sensor of 1/112 inches. This means that it still holds up really well when it comes to this hardware, especially comparing it to some other flagships that are released today. When it comes to the periscope, it's a 48 megapixel sensor with an f-stop of 4.1 and a 1/2 inch sensor size. And we get a 48 megapixel ultra wide as well with a 2.2 f-stop and a 1/2 inch sensor size again. When it comes to the ultra wide, however, it is 12mm compared to 50mm on the Xiaomi 13T. So do keep that in mind when it comes to low light. When it comes to the Xiaomi 13T, we get a 50 megapixel main sensor with a 1.9 aperture, allowing a little bit more lighting when it comes to the aperture. But when it comes to, of course, the sensor size, it's a 1/128 inch sensor size, so a little bit smaller compared to the Mi 11 Ultra. We get a 50 megapixel telephoto with a 1/288 inch sensor size, again a little bit smaller than we get on the Mi 11 Ultra. And we get a 12 megapixel ultra wide with an f-stop of 2.2 and of course 50mm compared to that 12 that I spoke about before. And the sensor size is a 1/306, so there's quite a bit of a difference when it comes to the sensor size between these ultra wide sensors of the Mi 11 Ultra and the Xiaomi 13T. So without any further ado, let's look at the difference between the Xiaomi 13T using Leica Vibrant to make it a really easy comparison between the two. And of course the Mi 11 Ultra that didn't have any Leica Vibrant or Authentic. Now when it comes to the zoom lens, I will say I skipped out on that a little bit, because I feel like here the difference between the two is you have a 5x zoom versus a 2x zoom. I don't think it's a direct comparison, but still here are some shots just in general to showcase the difference for yourself. When it comes to the Xiaomi 13T, I will say it's a little bit sharper and sometimes a bit too sharp. It really depends on the situation though. I will also say that the Xiaomi 13T has a slightly better dynamic range control compared to the Mi 11 Ultra, but also sometimes it's too warm compared to reality. When it comes to color accuracy, it's a little bit in between. Again, the Mi 11 Ultra can be a little bit too cool, where of course the Xiaomi 13T can be a little bit too warm. It's somewhere between the two in terms of how it was in reality. And I think that the Mi 11 Ultra holds up still really well. When it comes to the ultra wide, I think depending on the shot itself, the Mi 11 Ultra wins. But again, this really depends on the shot itself, especially when it comes to the ultra wide. I think it retains more of the colors, especially looking at the tree shot, looking up with the lights around it. I feel like the Mi 11 Ultra just done a little bit of a better control with the contrast, but also just the colors a little bit. Either way, when it comes to the low light, I think both of them aren't that far apart, especially for a phone that is quite old. And if I would have the software from the Xiaomi 13T on the Mi 11 Ultra, I'm pretty sure that the Mi 11 Ultra will do just as well, if not better. Either way, what do you think about these two phones and their performances? Do you prefer the Xiaomi 13T with a little bit of a warmer color and of course the better dynamic range, or do you prefer the Mi 11 Ultra? Let me know in the comments below, and of course if you did like the video, don't forget to leave a like, and of course link in the description and pinned on the top of the comments where you can check out the previous video comparing them in daylight performance, and of course a new video about the Sony Xperia 1.5 as well. Either way, have a good one and talk to you guys in the next.